All right, welcome to the Chuck Jones Show live around the world on
Saturday
YouTube.
Night
It's
Live,
Wednesday evening live.
my dudes.
We are live on Facebook and YouTube right now. And we're going to do a podcast, but we're letting all you people that are watching right now view what we do right before the show, which is nothing. So
Damn,
we might as well start the show.
let's do it.
We might as well start her up. All right, here we go. We're going live on the Podbean.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
You're listening to The Chuck Jones Show. Talk radio just for you. This is an iHeartRadio podcast. And now, quarantined away somewhere in Northeast Ohio, live from the Discount Wheelie Studio, here's your hosts, Chuck Jones and Steve.
Still my favorite part right there.
What is?
And Steve.
Hello.
Steve, welcome to the Chuck Jones Show. This is Talk Radio just for you, Barry Blasco. Barry Blasco has joined us on Facebook, and Anchor is on YouTube. I hope Michelle is not dead. I hope Michelle is alive. That would be scary. And Rest Stop has joined us on Podbean.
Dude, this is a 3-weeker for Rest Stop, maybe in a 4.
I think it's 4, and maybe even more. I don't know. Thanks, Rest Stop. We appreciate your continued patronage of the Chuck Jones Show, Talk Radio just for you. And Gloria's joined us from sunny Florida. Well, it's sunny here, so we're not that jealous. Today's weather wasn't very good till the last, 4 or 5 hours. The sun came out, and it's nice, very nice. In fact, I was right outside enjoying a cigarillo and my twisted tea just moments before coming down and starting the show. And that's a fact. So,
Heck, PewDiePie.
so
Anchor noticed the haircut and said that the barber wasn't Sketch City.
wasn't what?
I don't know if you noticed, I got a haircut.
I did notice you got a haircut. Yes.
Anchor noticed and said that. Remember, we're going through how my barber, didn't want to be Sketch City or anything like that.
Sorry, Rest Stop says he can't hear any audio, so I'm kind of distracted at the moment. But yes,
Oh my God,
yes.
what did you do?
Continue with the conversation.
Yes, so I went to the barber. He passed the test. I sat in my car. I got there early to scope out the scene and figure out what was going on. And I waited to see what he did when transitioning clients. And he Lysoled the chair down, had a face shield on, face mask. And I said, okay, all right, I think I'll give this a shot. And the chairs were 6 feet apart. There weren't actually many chairs in there. I think he took some of them out. So I was like, okay, all right.
So was that your only experience recently, or did you go anywhere else?
I have no. That was hard enough. I was nervous. I haven't been inside of another place in a while, and since I have a few of the risk factors, I'm like a little bit more on edge than most people. I mean, there were people in the barbershop without masks on, like everything was okay. But I'm playing a little bit safe until this thing dies down.
It's probably a good idea. Like I just told you on the pre-show there, since Saturday I haven't gone anywhere. I went to get some coffee through the drive-through at Tim Hortons today. I'm going to have to shut down Podbean. I'm going to shut it down and start again. So I'm guessing something happened, and I think I know what it was. But anyway.
You're going to restart it?
Yeah, going to have to restart Podbean.
I'm sorry. Do you want me to keep talking while you do this?
No, I think I can maybe do this at the same time.
Okay. I believe in you, maybe. I'm a little scared.
So it's okay. Here we go. I hit the wrong button to stop it. Sorry.
That's
Yeah,
okay,
Podbean's turned into, it's been a pretty good for us. So
yeah, that's some
I
good,
hate to
good following people.
just say forget it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What episode is this?
This is episode 9.
Episode 9.
Yes, sir. We made it almost to double digits. I'm proud of you, man.
All right,
You're sticking to it.
I restarted it. Hopefully, Rest Stop will show back up. And so, what are we going to talk about tonight? I know one thing we're going to do in a little bit, maybe after the break. We're going to play Google Feud. And for those Google Food, not Google Food, Google Feud. That's a pretty fun game where you'll see it. It'll be on the screen on Facebook and on YouTube. Basically, it's like Family Feud, but you fill in the blank for a Google search. Like if I typed in Carlisi, or if I typed in Steve is a big, and then I would leave it blank. It'd be. Well, you'll see.
I'm a big what?
No, it would be filled in.
I dare you to say it.
And I played it a little bit earlier by myself. It's kind of hard. It's pretty hard.
Mm.
Yep, we're working. We're back. We're live on Podbean, so we're working. I think I know what happened because I'm in the habit now of coming into the studio and getting everything set because it takes me about 20 minutes to just fire up every browser, fire up everything in the studio to get ready to do this show. So sometimes if I know that I'm going to be busy right before the show, I'll do it all early. Well, I think what I did was I fired everything up and then I turned my soundboard off. Big mistake. So then it kind of resets the audio on the computer, and then when I turn the soundboard back on, it doesn't recognize it. So you live and learn.
Not good, my dude.
You would think after 6 years of podcasting, I wouldn't make mistakes like that, but I do. So
Stop it.
I know.
Get some help.
So what else is going on in this world of ours right now? We got one thing that Huh?
I mean, there's one big thing.
What's that?
We are no longer under order. We are under strong recommendation.
In the state of Ohio is what you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know where everyone else that's listening to the show lives. Like Rest Stop, I don't know if he's ever said where he lives, but yeah, I guess our stay-at-home order has been just downgraded to a strong recommendation, which all this stuff I see going on around the country, it scares me. I got to be honest, Steve. It reminds me, and it really brings to home. Like you read books or you watch movies or whatever about the Nazis in Germany and stuff, and you can't even wrap your mind around how does a country get to that point where they allowed that to happen. You know, I mean, Hitler and the German army would have to be outnumbered by the people of Germany, 1,000,000 to 1 or whatever. I'm just throwing out numbers, but you realize how countries or how things get out of control when you see when something like this happens with this pandemic, because there's people that are just like, willing to call and tattle on their neighbors. And, it's like when it's quote unquote health and safety, people are willing to give up all their freedom. And it's just, it's very scary. I'm scared, Steve. I'm afraid of what might be coming. And I'm not, me, I'm not a big doom and gloomer, and I'm certainly not a conspiracy theory kind of guy. I don't think this virus was engineered by anybody. I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think it just happened. And I think it got out of control as far as government reaction and even companies reacting. You remember when it first started, you were getting an email, like 10 emails a day from every company you've ever done business with, saying how much they care and how much they're here for you, right? Well, that's a snowball effect, because when one company did it, they all had to do it, because then they would feel like they would look like they didn't care, right? I think the same thing happened with the governments. One state did the stay-at-home order. It's like, well, we're going to look like we don't care. Now, there's some states that never did, but Do you know what I'm saying when I'm saying it's scary?
Yeah,
And
no, I totally do. It's unnatural, you know.
and there is, I mean, there is obviously a pandemic disease is bad, and it's not something you want to take lightly. So, like wearing a mask or social distancing, when you're out, being conscious of it, that's all fine and good.
Mhm.
That's not really giving up your freedom. But some of the stuff that's going on, it's like, how far do you take it? And I was talking to my wife today. It's like, I understand COVID is bad, and all I know about it is what you know about it, Steve, is what we've read. Right? We're not doctors, and we don't really. I don't know about you. I don't know any doctors, and it's you. It seems like a bad disease, but it seems like it really affects people that are already have problems, you know,
Mhm.
health problems, and they're older. But maybe I'm wrong. You can correct me, Steve. But aren't those people in a higher risk category of getting any kind of disease,
True.
like pneumonia or what I mean, anything? And it almost seems like we're treating this disease like it was Ebola. Can you imagine if Ebola became uh, easily transmitted and
Mhm.
everybody's susceptible to it? You know what I mean? And it makes your freaking internal organs melt. It's like I'm trying to think of a really bad disease, and Ebola is the only one I could think of right off the top of my head. But
That's a good one.
it's a good one. That's a good one.
Wow.
But
You know what I mean?
it seems to me like that's how they're treating this. Like it's that bad. Like it's the Black Plague. You know.
Mhm.
And like I said, it is bad. I'm not trying to downplay it, but there comes a point when the cure or the what we're doing is going to cause more harm than if we didn't do anything. But and we've been talking about this for. I mean, you and I started this show right as this was starting, right? So if I feel like the Chuck Jones show has always been the coronavirus, it's always been with the Chuck Jones show,
Hey,
So
we cover whatever we want. This is the hot tea recently.
it is, and it's become more than just a health crisis and more than disease because of all the things that are going on. You see all these protests at government buildings, and you know, for the most part, not always, but it seems like the Democratic governored states want to keep them locked down. The Republican governored states wants to let them go, and then there's always one
Mhm.
side saying you're wrong, and then I think both sides are utilizing propaganda to further their opinion, which everybody does that, but it's become political. It went from a health crisis to a political thing in a
Mhm.
second. As soon as Trump said one word, it became a political thing. And sometimes I get the
Mhm.
feeling like that there are people in this country, especially in politics, that would be okay with lots of people dying if it hurt Trump. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah. Oh, you sniffling there, buddy?
Yes, I got corona. No, yeah, I'm trying to use my mute button here, but yeah, every once in a while I just get allergies, and
Uh-oh.
so it's Wednesday, it's Hump Day, it's the Chuck Jones Show night, and Chuck Jones Show night, and next week we have a guest. Hopefully, he's not
Yeah.
responded. He hasn't responded to my messages about how we're going to communicate with him, so we'll see. But
Is he still alive?
he saw my messages. Kenny White will be here next week on May 27th to talk about his movie, The Night of the, and I forgot the name of it.
Living
No, The Night
Clown.
of the Horror Clown. No, sorry.
Oh, I had the clown part right.
It's Light of the Wicked Clown. That was it. I knew it
Wicked.
was right on the tip of my tongue. So anyway, that'll be fun. And yeah, one of the things that talking about the propaganda and stuff like that. You remember the guy that called last week? I don't know if you remember on Podbean.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He was very much. You could hear in his voice and the way he was saying that's like he was so upset by people that weren't obeying. People that were going out, and he was talking about the family that went ahead and had Easter, and some of them have died and stuff like that. And when I re-listened to the podcast and I listened to him, it's like I could feel that tension that happens in a society when something like this happens, and then it becomes political. I mean, that's what caused our first Civil War. It was really almost the exact same thing. It was about the states' rights to decide what they wanted to do with slavery, and the federal government and the government saying, no, we're going to decide. And it's very similar. Now, obviously, the Civil War broke out because it was regional. It was the South and the North. What we're doing now is
North and
regional.
South.
So I'm not saying we're going to end up in another full-scale armed civil war over coronavirus, but now that would be
Taking that
would be ironic if we did end up in a full-scale war over coronavirus. Which side would use empty Corona bottles as Molotov cocktails?
Oh no,
Nothing there, huh?
no.
Yeah, I definitely classify. I haven't classified this show as a comedy, so it doesn't have to be funny. Got
Hey,
it?
you'll be a good, good Seinfeld comedian.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, speaking of that, your buddy died. Jerry Stiller, wasn't he on?
Oh yeah, that was Jerry Stiller, who played Frank Costanza on Seinfeld, passed away this last week, right? Yeah, he was
I think it
great.
was-
He was great in that show, and Ben Stiller's dad,
Yep.
Jerry Stiller. Yeah, in fact, I went back and watched some episodes of Seinfeld just because I saw those on Facebook, that he had died. So I went back and watched some of those. And he really almost made the whole show,
Yeah. Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Now, were you now? Let's see how big of a fan were you of Mr. Stiller? Did you ever watch King of Queens?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Ah,
And obviously
okay.
it was a much different character that he played. So
Yeah.
he wasn't near as funny on that show. But
But he really did embody the New York. He did.
Oh,
good,
yeah.
he did a good job.
oh yeah. But him and as Frank Costanza, and then the woman that played Estelle Costanza, them fighting back and forth, and it was just it was
Yeah.
classic show.
It really hasn't been a good year for celebrities. Now that I think about it, there's been a lot of celebrity deaths this year.
There's a lot of celebrity deaths every year.
Yeah, but I feel like this year has just been a little bit on the harder side. I mean, little Richard, come on,
Little Richard,
bro.
but he was old. Of course, so was Stiller. They were both.
I almost called him George Costanza.
Frank Costanza. I couldn't remember his. I kept wanting to say Ben Stiller, but
Yeah. Kobe, come on.
was that this year? I think that was
Kobe
last year.
Oh my God! How can you
Was it
say
that-
was that this year? That was
What?
like a month ago.
No, it was not a month ago.
Yeah,
Look it
was
up
easily
right
a month
now.
ago.
If it was this year, it was January.
Okay.
Excuse
and,
me.
And anyway, the one that hit me the hardest was the dude who did the Inside the Actor Studio. That guy. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
He was the old guy that would interview famous actors.
Nope.
No, you never watched that show, huh?
Yeah, got me. And there was another
Inside-
guy that died this year that was pretty famous.
Fred Willard.
Yes. Yeah, I was just thinking of him. Yep. They usually come
Because
in
he died.
threes, right?
That's why.
They usually come in threes.
No, it's been way more
Yeah.
than three.
Well, this is-
James Lipton. James
Yeah,
Lipton.
I recognize the name.
Okay.
This-
And Will Ferrell used to make fun of him on SNL. That was one of my favorite characters he would make fun of.
Keep in mind, this is 2020. This
Yeah.
year's, I predict that we will have alien contact in November.
Bill Withers,
Bill Withers, Don't-
Kenny Rogers.
one of our the Facebook Michelle said Kobe died in February. So
Okay, like a month ago.
this is
Feels like a
May.
month
This is
ago.
almost the end of May. Can you believe it?
I know, right?
I feel like since I've been on this furlough thing, working a week on, week off, I feel like the time is just flying.
Mm-hmm.
Even the
Oh
week-
yeah, easily.
Even the weeks I got to work, it's seeming like it's just boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be dead
Here's
before
a
you know
big
it.
one. I can't believe you didn't know this. The Rock's Dwayne the Rock Johnson. His dad died.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he was old.
It's been a lot of people, man.
Yep.
This is a rough year.
Yep, 2020 is
And
a rough year.
and what's the guy's name? Oh, I can't find it on this list.
This is a live podcast, my friend.
I know, I'll find it. Anyway,
air,
there's
dead
just been
air.
a lot of deaths this year. And you know what's funny? Well, were you going somewhere? I don't know if I cut you off. No.
No, not really. No.
Okay, because this leads to one of the things I want to talk about many moons ago. But the fact that social media kind of desensitizes things, you know, like today there was a guy who was missing for a while. He was a famous wrestler in 2010, and like they were looking for him, and then they found out today that he washed up on the shore, like he passed away. And
Whoa, wait. He passed away and then just washed up on the shore? I'm guessing he was on a boat or something?
no, they were like swimming in somewhere, and the lifeguard, like he sent his son to the lifeguard and then got whooshed away.
Huh.
But like you just see these reports and stuff on Facebook, and you just keep swiping, and you forget about it like in seconds. It's like, dude, that dude's dad just died. That's sad. That's kind of how I feel like with all these celebrities too. It's like easy. Oh, they were old, so that's okay, whatever.
Well, it's just like the coronavirus. It's never okay when anybody dies, but
Yeah,
I mean, when someone's older, I mean, they're going to die soon, and that'll be all of us, you know, but
right. Maybe
well, yeah, I mean, if we make it that old,
could get in a freak accident,
you could get in a freak accident.
become a superhero like the Hulk.
That would be cool.
Yeah. So I with that in social media, I rethought where I stand with social media. And I know this isn't the millennial thing to do or the Zoomer thing to do, but I looked at like how much information I have online, especially Facebook. Like I have my complete job history. I've had the cities where I've lived, where I currently live, like all this information, more than my LinkedIn profile on Facebook. So I started like getting rid of information just because it's like, why do I need to put everything online?
Right.
You know,
You're doing
like
all the
people
work.
check into places, like tell people where they are all the time. It's like, why?
You're doing the legwork for the government when they need to find you.
I know, right?
They won't have to do any work.
Oh, let's see. Okay, he was here. He used to work here. He was born this year. Okay. Oh, perfect. This is our guy.
Well, I mean, never before have we been so aware of all this stuff since this coronavirus. You know,
True.
I remember
I agree.
2 months ago we were talking about Apple and Google were going to get together and make an app to put on your phone that could track you, and if you had it, you know, you would it would alert other people around you. I haven't heard anything about that since then, but well, you know, it comes back to you know, it reminds me of Waco, which
yes.
you know, the whole government overstep, and then that was just a tiny microcosm of what's going on now. But I ended up watching Waco 3 times.
No, you did not.
I did in a 3-week period. Because what happened is I started watching it. So I watched like the first, there's 6 episodes. They're about an hour each. So I watched the first couple, and then my wife and son saw it, and they said, you know, we want to watch it too. That's interesting. So I started watching it again with them. And then right at the last episode, my youngest daughter, who will be 14 here pretty soon,
Hey.
she said she watched the last episode, at least partially. She was sitting there messing with her phone. And then afterwards, she's like, the next day she says, I want to watch the whole thing. And I said, yeah, I don't mind. Go ahead. She goes, but I don't want to watch it alone. So I was like, okay. So I watched it all.
Sure, I'll watch it.
3
again. What
times.
the
3
heck?
times.
I know it word by word, but that's no problem.
I'm pretty close to knowing it word by word.
Oh my god.
But I thoroughly enjoyed it the first 2 times. The third time through, I was starting to get a little bored because, you know, the third time in 3 weeks, you know what's coming. Everything is
That kind
a
of
repeat
ruins the
is the thing.
everything about it.
But if you haven't watched it, Waco on Netflix is pretty good. And, that show hit home to me because one of the survivors who wrote the book, one of the books that the show is based on, David Thibodeau, is the exact same age as me. He lived in California at the time. He met David Koresh in California, which they kind of changed that in the movie for simplicity's sake. But it was just, it could have been me. And I grew up in church and all that stuff. And, I'm not saying I would have fell for all that or anything. What I'm saying is just it was my era, my history. So yep.
Damn, we wouldn't be great friends if he would have done that.
True.
Yeah.
True.
But that would have saved me a lot of anger. So
true. You wouldn't have to be so angry all the time. With the stuff I do. So welcome to the Chuck Jones Show. Thanks, Michelle, both Michelles for joining us, Gloria and Barry Blasco. I don't know if he's still on there, but he was there for a second. Rest stop on Podbean and Anchor and Michelle on YouTube. And if you are listening and you would like to join us and talk about anything, you can call us at 330-474-9833 or leave a comment. Steve monitors the YouTube channel, which has the most traffic.
Yeah.
I can't even keep up with reading it all. I don't even try. There's no way I could read all the stuff that they're putting up there.
They're talking about Jerry Stiller in King of Queens.
So they're like an hour behind us?
Probably 5 minutes. Maybe?
I don't think it's
I don't
that
know what
long.
your delay is set on.
Well, the delay is set on barely nothing, but there's a delay regardless. So, but anyway, I know when I hit this.
Are you trying to school me?
No, I'm just saying it's probably like about 10 seconds to 15 seconds delay. It's not that long. So I'll keep up with the Facebook. But anyway,
that sounds good.
330-474-9833. And I came to tonight's show with very little material. I just, I didn't see anything in the news this week that made me think I wanted to talk about it. I'm kind of tired of coronavirus, even though that's the big thing to talk about, and that's all we talk about on this show. But so I thought, why not play some Google Feud tonight?
Yeah, that's why I come into play, my friend. I always make sure I bring material too.
Well, that's good. That's good. I'm
you
glad.
Still have PTSD, I think, a little bit from,
from a war.
Well, that too, but from the previous endeavor.
Oh, you're talking about the other podcast?
Yes.
Yeah. That's the one. That's the one thing I do enjoy about this show is I don't feel any pressure to be funny.
Yeah, because you're not. I mean, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. I walked myself right into that one.
That's okay. You got a lot of payback after your stories of lies to make me feel bad for a joke.
It's not my fault you fell for that. So, just chilling here on the Chuck Jones Show tonight. So, do you have anything in the list that you've been wanting to get to that I talk so much that you can't get to?
That was the big thing, the celebrity deaths and social media, how that's weird. And I don't know if it's because I'm transitioning to being an older man in my 30s almost. That
30s ain't old, pal.
I know that I'm starting to dislike some of the features of social media. But besides that, oh, sorry, go for it.
No, I would say it's funny that you would bring up social media and how you're feeling about it. Today, today's the first time since we started this show. I didn't post anything on social media about going live at 7.
Really?
Yeah, I almost basically forgot about it. And then like about 5:30, I'm like,
too late.
It doesn't matter, really. I mean, Michelle sees it and likes it. Dave will see it and like it. And maybe a few other people on Facebook that are going to listen anyway. It's like social media, and I've gone through this before where I've completely just got rid of all of it. It almost sucks the life out of you.
Yeah.
And it may be that I have a personality that needs to be stroked or needs my ego
Whoa.
My ego stroked. I meant my ego.
Oh,
Wow,
yes.
those eyeballs got really big.
I'm just saying, this is a PG-13 show. You want to watch what words
I
you're
was talking
using.
about my ego being stroked. Jeez. But it's like if the social media is there, and it's like if I post something, I feel kind of bad if I don't get any reaction to it. But if I didn't
Yeah.
post it at all, then I don't feel bad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and it's not like I want people to go, "Oh, Chuck, I love your whatever you're doing right now." I just want people to join us on this show. You know what I mean? I want to get the word out, and it doesn't work anymore. It might have worked 10 years ago, or 5 years ago when social media was still going or whatever, and you could get on there and get the word out. But it's just so saturated now. It's like I can't even.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you get followers on Twitter? I don't know. I started this show. I got 10. There's 10 in a month. So
There's different ways, but it's also like, with the younger generation and our attention span is smaller and smaller, especially if you have ADD like me. I can't really focus on things for very long. Even when we're doing this podcast, I'm like jumping back on like eight or nine different things.
and you're thinking about what you're going to do afterwards.
Yeah, what I'm gonna have for a snack or whatever
Yeah.
it could be. Yeah, or dinner. But everyone craves the entertainment and attention. Why do you think there's millionaires on Instagram? They're just good-looking chicks who post pictures and get a bunch of likes, and for that reason, they can get paid because they're attractive enough to receive so many likes,
Right.
to be sponsored or whatever. It's strange. I don't really post much to social media, more Twitter so than Facebook because I have less people on Twitter. But it's like I'm posting this because I want attention, or I want someone to like this or find this funny,
Right.
or I'm bragging about something. It's not like I never really feel like I'm posting this because I want people to know. I'm posting it because I want someone to laugh, react, or to
Right.
make me feel good with a like or whatever. They were going to get rid of likes on Instagram, and I think that there was a big petition for them not to do that.
Yeah,
because
that's the whole point of it, right?
Yeah, that would ruin the whole
Right.
platform if they were to get rid of that.
Yeah, I have given up Instagram. I got rid of
Good for
Instagram
you.
because it's just Instagram is really good at marketing to
Mhm.
who you are. They know who you are.
Mhm.
So if you're a male, they're going to constantly be showing you pictures of women, nonstop. It never stops.
Mhm.
And so it's just like, I don't need this anymore. It's not helping me at all. And I had my Instagram and Facebook link, so if I posted something on Instagram, it automatically went to Facebook.
Yeah.
And on Instagram, I was getting, like, if I posted, if I put that we were going live tonight, and I would do a bunch of hashtags and put a funny picture or whatever, I would get 2 or 3 likes, and almost every week there'd be somebody I never heard of who would like it and maybe comment or whatever. So that kept me thinking, well, maybe this is worth it. That's one person that knows about the show, but they never listen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's nothing. They never come. They're never like Rest Stop or any of these other great people listening right now. So I thought, what, this just isn't worth it. But what you were saying about the likes, when I had Instagram and I would see this picture of a woman, just not pornography, just pictures, whatever.
Yeah. Which is 80% of Instagram.
Right. Right. And I would look down and be like 25,000 likes.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I wonder what that feels like. That has to be a rush.
Mhm.
I don't care who you are. Unless you're really famous and you should have 1 million likes. But if you're just a normal person posting something on, and 25,396 people liked it, that's got to be a rush.
Mhm.
That I'll never know how it feels.
You never know. There's some stupid stuff that goes viral, man. There's some really dumb stuff that gets hundreds of thousands of
Right.
views.
That's
just
why I
for
kept
being
doing the old
stupid.
show. That's why I kept doing the old show. I'm like, how
right.
dumb? It's as dumb as it gets. So maybe.
But you have to be like innocent dumb, Like I saw a video of a kid doing oil change. She was like 5 years old, little girl, like walking through the steps of doing
An oil
change.
on a
She had,
car?
she had like 20 million views.
A 5-year-old girl.
Yeah, you just gotta do something like that.
Yeah.
She's like 5 to 7.
Well, that's going to get a lot of curiosity views.
Yeah. Also, it's like a cute random dumb thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, though, that's actually a good idea for you. It's all coming together. Everything's
What's going on
falling.
over there?
Everything's falling.
What is going on?
Um,
Do you have a dog or something?
No, I wish. Oh man, that'd be awesome. I stumbled across this dude, and you like the post about this YouTuber whose name is Dad. How do I? Or something like that.
I almost mentioned. I was just getting ready to mention that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good idea for you, man. He's gotten almost 1 million subscribers in a day.
So what are you telling me the idea is that I should do a YouTube video about how to fix things? Because I don't know how to fix
you
things.
should-
That's there's the problem right there.
You know how to like tie a tie, right?
Yeah, I can do a few things.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
I mean, if you want to talk about this real quick, basically, as I've gotten older, I don't want to do things. So there's things that I can do, I just don't do them. You know, my wife she wanted to put a new faucet in the bathroom, just the faucet part, you know, because ours was really old. She wanted to keep the countertop and everything else. And she bought the new faucet, and it sat there for months. It sat there for the longest time. And she said, well, I'm just going to call a plumber. Do you want me to call a plumber? And I'm like, oh, let me look at it. So I finally got down under there. And I'm trying to keep this story short. It's really hard to get to. Okay, really hard.
Okay.
Like it's a deep bowl sink, so it's way behind there. So I finally got out the new stuff, and I went in under there and I looked at it compared to the old. I was like, it just there's no way I could do it. I'd have to cut pipes and sweat the pipes, and I don't have the tools and the skills to do that. So bottom line short, we paid $300 to have a plumber come in and professionally install it. But guess what? It's perfect.
Yeah,
It doesn't leak.
There is no issues.
It works fine. My wife loves it. It's the best $300 I've ever spent right there.
And it costs you zero time.
It cost me zero time, and it cost me zero frustration, because I would have been pissed off trying to put that in there, because I would have had it all tore apart and not had the right tools to fix it.
Mhm.
So anyway, on a lighter note, I heard today that cats cannot spread COVID-19, but if they could, they would.
Nice.
There's some comedy for you on the Chuck
What
Jones
about
Show.
dogs?
No, dogs cannot, and they wouldn't, because dogs
That's
are great.
right.
Dogs are
That's
great.
right. You see
So-
what fell? This is what fell.
Oh, what is that? Is that your?
This is my
Why aren't you using
is-
that?
this is my wife. The other one for my wife.
Oh, you got two of them. He's showing
Yeah.
me his mic boom stand. Basically, it's a big arm like this one I got here.
For when we
It's-
do movie reviews, which there hasn't been a movie in 1,000 years.
Right? How you gonna movie review? No, my kids wanted to watch the new Scooby movie, Scoob.
Oh God.
Right? They watched the preview and they were loving it. They're like, "We're gonna watch it. It's $20." Which
Gee.
ain't-
Oh yeah, dude.
It's $20.
That's a
Which, if
deal.
you think about it, it's not bad compared to going out. Like if 4 people went out to a movie, it's gonna cost you more than $20. But
Oh yeah.
still, I don't know. Paying $20 to watch something at home that I know I can wait 6 months and watch for free. I don't know.
Well, that's debatable.
What do you mean? It'll be on Netflix or something in 6
Debatable.
months.
Debatable what movie it is and
The
what
Scooby movie
streaming
will be.
service it goes to.
Scooby movie will be. It may already be on a
movie.
streaming service. So, I just wanted to mention real quick here. We were talking about my ego being stroked, and Restop commented, "Yes, you have an ego that needs stroked." So I'm not sure where Restop's going with that. If he's just saying that everyone needs their ego stroked, or if he's talking about me personally. But I do. I mean, everybody does, right? I don't know. So
Yeah.
anyway, what do you got there? You got 2 mics?
Yeah.
This is a family show. Please stop. This is
I'm just speaking in 2 mics.
Oh, great.
Are you ready for Google Feud?
Google Feud. Are you ready for Google Feud? Well, we're going to take a quick break.
Oh, we missed the half. We missed the half.
It doesn't
hour time.
have to be right at the half hour, but I got to take a break.
That's true.
It's
you
the
see I
money.
have 2 windscreens on?
Yeah, I see that. Looks weird.
Well, people were complaining on my stream that my breathing was too loud, so I
Yeah.
have to figure out a way to stop that.
Well, either that'll work or buy a pop filter.
I have a poopy mic. I don't want to buy a pop filter for a poopy mic
Why not?
because you get 10 for $4. A pop filter is more than that, and I'd rather have a higher quality mic and have a pop filter on that than poopy mic and put a pop filter on that.
Yeah,
It's
well-
gonna sound poopy either way.
If you're planning on upgrading your mic, you might as well just get the pop filter. And one of our great Michelles on Facebook has said that I need 2 mics so they can hear me better. So apparently my audio issues on Facebook have not been fixed. Every week I try something new to make it better. So I apologize on Facebook that I'm not as loud as Steve. But last week I tried to compensate for that by turning him up and me down, and then it kind of ruined the audio that goes out. And
Yeah,
didn't
see.
ruin it. It didn't ruin it. It's just normally, because what I hear in my headphones is what goes to the recording that's going to go to Apple Podcasts and to
Yeah.
all. That's where we get our real listeners. So
Yeah.
we're on Anchor, and you can go there and you can donate and all that stuff. And guess what? I don't think we're going to take a break this week. I think we're just going to go right into Google Feud.
You're saying fuck it.
I'll put the commercial at the beginning of the show. So, if you're going to say anything on Rest Stop over there on Podbean, I won't be able to see you because I'm using my screen for the Google Feud. All right. So how this is played is, as you can see on the screen there, you will have a Google query, and it says tips for new, and then you have to fill in the blank. So how this works is, the first round will be me, and then the second round will be Steve, and then we'll go back and forth. Now I want to remind you, last week I won the Alexa game.
Oh, we're keeping track.
So
are we?
yes, we are keeping track of these games. So I just wanted to make sure that
okay.
everyone is aware, and something screwed up on YouTube. I got to fix it. Oh boy.
Good.
See, I knew
good.
this was going to happen.
See what happens when you stroke your eagle?
Yep.
Eagle.
Stroke my eagle. Keep it family friendly. Jeez. Okay, there we go. I forgot I had to switch something on OBS at the same time. So I think you can see this, right, Steve?
I can see it perfectly.
Great.
It's all in Chinese.
So there's actually another game we could try too called Multiple Choice, which is kind of fun. But we'll do this one first. And so, do you want to go first, or would you like me to go first?
Oh, winners go first, apparently.
Winners
so
go
I'll
first.
Go first.
Well, that would be me. Sorry, buddy.
Oh,
If you're talking about from last week.
No, I'm just a winner in general. So,
Boy, winner in general, he says.
yep. El Capitan. That's what they call me.
All right, so let me put that back. I took that banner down, but I'm going to put it back up. There, so, okay.
Put it
Put it back. All right, so I'm going to go first then. So,
Oh, sure.
So it's tips for new, and I'm going to go with, so you have 4 guesses and you're out, and there's 10. And how this works, if you don't know, it's when you do a Google search and you put in anything, it'll auto-complete it. And it's going to auto-complete it with the most searched items.
Mhm.
So tips for new, I'm going to try shoes. No.
Tips for new shoes.
New shoes. I have 1 guess left.
Jeez.
Tips for new cars. No.
You clearly never Google.
I don't tips for new. I don't Google tips for new. I'm trying to think of something that people would buy new that they would, want to find
You don't
out
have to
about
Buy it. You don't have to buy it.
or have. Something you would have. Tips for new, let's see, STDs. No.
Tips for new STDs.
STDs. So
Huh?
if you got a new STD and you need a tip on how to take care of it.
Family friendly, huh?
What? It's not that bad. Tips for new, I guess shoes and cars. Let's try kids.
How many guesses do you get?
You only get 4. Get 4. This is my last one.
This is okay.
I'm out. The number 1 is tips for new runners. Drivers, moms, parents, dog
Oh,
owners.
Anchor was right.
What Anchor put in there? Homeowners, yep.
We put mothers.
Puppy owners, horizons, dads, and cat owners. Wow. So now what we do is we hit new game.
It's
And
been a while
you
since you've been a parent, so that's
Yeah.
why you didn't think about that.
you get to choose a new category, Steve. Can you see those? I don't know how well you can see the screen.
I could see parade.
What?
Did I say parade?
It says culture, people, names, and questions.
Oh, definitely people.
People. All right.
I'll
All right.
take people for 500.
All right, Steve. It's I drank too much.
Alcohol.
All right. I got to learn how to spell alcohol.
Don't screw me over by spelling something wrong. Come on, you drink it every show.
Nope.
I think you spelled it wrong.
Okay.
Water.
Are you all right? What? We'll try again then. How do you spell it?
Can you spell water?
Water. Oh, it's 2. I
Thank
drank too
you.
much water is the number 1, and number 8 was water, and I feel sick.
Thank you.
You got 13,000 points, Steve,
I'm
and
winning.
you get
Just like
and,
always.
and you have more guesses left. So
Pop.
pop. Is that what you said?
Pop.
Pop. Nope.
Soda.
Soda. Depending on which part of the country you live in, be how you pronounce it. No. You have one guess left.
Poopy. Poopy. Listerine.
What?
Listerine, Bob.
Listerine. Nope.
Ah, yes.
Was not there, but you did get 13,000. It was water was number 1. Caffeine and feel sick. Last night, in Spanish, I drank too much in Spanish. Apple cider vinegar, and that's an issue. Wine, prune juice, and milk.
Wouldn't wine go under alcohol?
And I guess you got to be more specific these days. Things are changing in our world, Steve. You got to be
Times have changed.
you got to be more specific.
All right, you give
right.
up because I'm winning.
No, I ain't giving up. 13,000 for you. This thing doesn't do like players, so I got to keep track of the score. You got 13,000. I got 0.
Pretty easy to keep track of.
Okay, I forget which category I picked, but I have to go with how to make a. Let's go with car bomb. No.
You are too dark.
Right. I need to think more like a millennial.
Yes.
How to make a living.
No one Googles that. That's like illegal. It would be traced back to them.
The car bomb thing? Yeah.
Yes.
How to make. You would think out of 10 this would be easy. How to make cookies. No. I got one more guess. Dang it.
Ooh, that's a good one, Michelle.
Oh, what did she put? How to make a
I'm not
baby.
telling you.
I'm going to put it how to
No,
make a
don't-
baby.
you
Yeah,
can't do
she's
that.
helping. I can do it. Yeah, it's not up there anyway.
Good.
Facebook avatar is the number 1. That's the number 1
good.
search thing right now in this country. Facebook avatar. Second is a face mask. Second is mask. Third is mask. I didn't even think about Corona.
Why wouldn't you think about that?
Did you?
Yep.
Paper airplane.
Everyone's been making those Facebook avatars. Come on, dude.
Smoothie. Milkshake. Mask out of a bandana. Margarita.
that's a
YouTube
good
channel and website.
I did just learn how to make a YouTube channel. Another one.
Wow. So
You could tie it into your same email address. So I did Google that recently.
let's see. I did a round. You did a round. Okay. This is round 4, and
Yeah, it's still 0.
it's
Don't worry
not
about
giving
that.
categories anymore. It's just going up. So you're not going to pick a category. What you get is I smell what?
Gas.
Gas. Oh, look at that.
Mhm.
2,000 points for Steve.
That's right.
This is not looking good for Chuck Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
Eggs.
Eggs. Nope.
Rotten eggs.
Rotten eggs. So you're going down the same gas.
Ow,
Thing.
come on. Yeah, but
Nope.
you always wonder perfume.
Perfume.
Yes, I smell perfume. What does that mean?
Nope. You got one guess left.
Last one. This is probably a common one. Bad. B-A-D.
BAD.
B-A-D. Bad. Like
I s-
Michael Jackson. Bad.
I smell bad. Nope.
Oh, come on.
Pennies. Pennies was number 1. Now I
Pennies? Oh, that means that you is that a coronavirus thing? No.
I remember doing this bit years ago. Something to do with smelling pennies. Yes,
Oh.
it's you might want to look up an Urban Dictionary, but anyway, like beef was the next one. I smell
Like beef.
like beef. So I don't understand. The next one is cap. C-A-P. Can you explain that, Steve?
I smell cat.
I smell cap.
I don't know.
Jojo is the next one. Cap meaning. I smell cap meaning. I smell a rat.
Oh, someone just asked the question that you asked me.
I smell burnt toast. I smell smoke and gas in my house. So you could have expanded there and got more. But
Oh my god.
so you now have 15,000 points, and I have 0.
Yep, too easy, guys.
And
too
we're
easy.
going into round 5 for me. New game, and I get to pick. I'm going to go with names. See how that goes. Justin. Okay, I think I might get something here. I'm going to start with Timberlake.
Yeah, name's just a lot easier.
Yes, 8,000 points for me.
So far away still.
Yep, still far away, and I don't know any more Justins, so I'm screwed. No, I'll try Justin Bieber, and I hope I spelled it right. No, I must not have. It's got to be here, right? How do you spell Justin Bieber?
I'm not telling you.
It's B-I-E? B-E-R? Yes, look at that. Yes. I just crushed you, Steve, with 10, 17. I can't even do the math. 24,000 points. 24,000.
You have 32 total. Get it right.
Oh, I meant on that one. On that
Yeah.
answer alone, I got 24 grand.
That's easy. No, you don't get any more.
man.
You don't get any more.
You are hurting. I don't even
don't
need.
get
To,
any
I don't even
more.
need to guess anymore. I'm gonna go
Do it.
with Justin.
Yep. You don't know
I
anymore.
don't know anymore. Doesn't matter. I'll just put in Justin Smith and Justin Jones and Justin Time. Nope. So a mash was number 2. A
Duh.
mash. Trudeau, Chambers, Herbert,
Yep.
and Long. Don't know any of those people. Would have never got
Yep.
them. But I got Justin Bieber by spelling it right, luckily, finally, and Bieber's
I-
wife, Bieber net worth, Bieber age.
I before E except after C. I
Well.
don't know why you spelled it wrong the first time.
Don't be jelly. Don't be jelly. Oh,
me
it's pissing you off. Pissing you off.
Mhm.
All right, so we'll go into round 7. I don't know how many rounds we're going to play here, but actually this is round 4.
4 more minutes.
And here we go. Eric,
Clapton.
going to start with Clapton. Number 1 for 10 grand.
Too easy. Eric. Eric.
It's tough, right? When you got 1 or 2 in your mind, that's it.
Eric Bishop.
Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
B-I-S-H-O-P. Is that how you'd like me to spell it?
Sure.
No.
Mm. Eric. Snow.
Snow. No. And while he's thinking, everyone listening on Facebook, I really appreciate you joining on Facebook. Facebook.
Google.
But if the audio is unacceptable, you could always join us on YouTube. Go to
Cartman.
chuckjoneshow.com for links.
Excuse me.
Go ahead, Eric. You have 2 guesses left, and you're way behind.
Cartman.
Cartman.
Yeah, from South Park.
That's a good guess, but it's not there.
I think there's an E in that. Is there an E in it?
Google it.
I don't want to waste my last one on the wrong
I was
spelling.
going to say, I think it's C-A-R-T-M-A-N. I think that's it. I don't think there's an E.
Let me check this.
Go ahead. Check it if it's wrong spelling.
Well, I guess it is M-A-N. Eric Jones.
You sure? You sure you want to do your last one on that? That's a dumb name.
Eric Lindros.
Are you cheating?
No, I already gave you my answer. I
Oh,
was just
do you
trying
want to do Lynn Ross?
No, that's cheating.
But I did it. I took one of hers.
Did you really?
Yes, it didn't get me anything, but I took
All right,
it.
yeah, let's do Lindros
All
then,
right.
if it's that easy to cheat
All right.
like
All
you.
right. I'm just saying, if we're Lind Ross. Never heard of this person. Did I spell it? I spell it just like she did.
L-I-N-D. Yep, that's it.
All right. Nope.
Oh.
So we got Eric Garner,
Oh, Eric Andre was on there.
Garcetti,
Son of a gun.
Weinstein, Church, Eric Church, country music. You should have known that.
Oh, wow. I love country music.
Eric Rudolph, Eric Roberts, Eric Andre, Eric McCormick, and Eric Dane.
Eric Andre, I should have guessed. I'm an idiot.
So we are standing right now. We've played 4 rounds each, and we are at. I have 32,000, and you have. Are you keeping track? You have.
No,
13,
that you were.
you have 15,000.
I don't have 15,000.
You got 13. No, I'm sorry. You have 23 plus 2. 25,000. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna keep track now.
Math is not my strong suit.
I'm keeping track.
All right, so if you want to keep track, you got 13,000 one round, you got 2,000 another round, and you got 10,000. So we'll play. You want to play another round or two?
Up to you. What do you think? We got 5 minutes left.
You're
in
the one
show.
that's losing.
I'll play one more round.
All right, let's play another round. All right, we're going to start with.
Well, should we start another category? Because it's gonna go back into names.
Let me see if I can. I don't know how to change the category. Maybe I can just reload the page.
Yeah, reload the page.
All right, so I'll let you pick the category: culture, people, names, or questions.
Yeah, since I'm winning, I'm gonna go with the hardest one. Culture.
Culture. Football is, and it's my turn, right?
Yep.
Football is wow. I'm just going to put
Football is wow.
stupid. No, football is. See, I can't think like people.
You can
I know when these come up, I'm going to be like, okay,
dig deep.
football is. No one would Google search a statement like football is. What would they search? They're going to be asking a question. Football is that, you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
football is
Tom Brady.
popular in America.
That's too long.
It
Too long
is.
of a Google search.
Yeah. Football is
Tom Brady.
no,
It's easy.
no.
He is football.
Football is. I guess I'll try awesome. Nobody's gonna.
You could take a lifeline from Michelle if you like.
I will take the lifeline from Michelle and go with dangerous. Can I spell dangerous? No, I cannot. Danger. This is one of the reasons why I don't play games like this a lot, because it shows my lack of mental stability. Oh, I got 2 on that one. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Michelle.
Michelle, very good.
12,000 extra points for me. Thank you. And I got one more guess, and I will not take her other lifeline, but I'm going to go with football is
Tom Brady.
barbarious. That's not even a word.
Well, that is
Football is
not Tom Brady.
I'm going to go with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
No. Football is back. I don't know why.
I'm really surprised you didn't think of that one.
Why? It hasn't gone anywhere yet.
It's not starting. That's why they're trying to figure out. They're Googling is football
Right,
back.
but it doesn't even start till August.
Yeah, but they're just trying to see if it's back.
You're just talking
Look,
out your backside now.
Think about the current situation.
Football is the best sport. Football is a game of inches. My life, better than soccer. Safe. 80 mental and 40 physical. Well, that's weird. Football is life. Football is life.
Yeah, that's my life.
All right, so I can't even do the math on this, on how many points I have. It's a lot.
You
It's a
have
lot.
32 plus 12.
32 plus 12, which would be 44.
44. Yeah.
44,000. You got a long way to go, my friend, to catch up, but it's not
It is pretty
impossible.
easy.
It's not impossible. Cheat codes for NES. This seems like it's right up your alley. Right?
What?
You're a gamer, aren't you?
It's games.
That's what you want?
Yeah.
Cheat codes for NES games. Number 1, 10,000.
Easy.
Yeah.
NES.
What is NES? It's Nintendo, right?
Nintendo, yeah.
I'm Pickle Rick!
NES.
Cheat codes for NES. And you can take a lifeline.
I'll take one life.
We'll go with 1 per round, which we're almost done. But
NES.
As you know, I'm kind of a gamer.
Okay, I'll take Contra Code or Super Mario. I'm gonna go with Super. Oh, should I say Mario or Super Mario? I'll go with Mario.
just
'cause
Mario?
Super Mario would bring up, right?
You sure?
Yeah,
It's up to you. I mean, you got 4 guesses left, so I mean,
Yeah,
you can try both. So Mario, Mario got you. Mario got you 2 more.
See what I'm saying? See,
So-
it brought up the Super Mario brother. If I just said, NES, Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah.
That's hot. That's hot
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. You might beat me.
Let's see.
Ooh, no, Animal Crossing. Nope.
Zelda.
No more lifelines.
I'm not. I'm looking at a piece of paper.
Okay, because
Zelda.
Michelle put Zelda up there about 10 minutes ago.
Oh,
so,
did she?
Yeah,
I didn't even notice that.
we will go on the honor system.
I looked down. I didn't even look to the right. See, look,
It's
this is me looking at the.
Another $3,000 for you.
Look at that. So wait, how much do I have total? I'm trying to add it together.
You had
25, and
You
then
just
I got 10, so I'm at 35.
and then another 16,000.
So 35 plus 16. All right. So I'm at 50. I'm above you. I'm at 51.
Yep, you beat me. You have beaten me.
We could do a tiebreaker or one more
No,
redemption for you.
you got some more guesses. You want to get some more points?
Ness. How should I do this? Super Smash Brothers.
I would take Super Mario's rather up there. Super Smash Brothers.
Put in Smash Brothers.
BROS or Brothers.
Maybe BROS.
Nope.
Ah.
Still have 2 guesses left.
Yes. Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong. So much for keeping this a family show.
Hey.
Nope, not up there. One more guess left. Cheat codes for NES. See, I wouldn't get any of these. I might have got a couple of them just because my daughter plays, so I know what she's playing. I would have guessed
NBA Jam.
NBA.
I quit at NBA Jam.
NBA Jam. No. Emulator.
Really?
Emulator was number 2. Ninja Turtles.
Oh.
Punch Out. Classic Edition. Super C and Metroid. What the heck is that?
Metroid. Yeah.
Metroid.
Why would they want cheat codes for the emulator? The emulator is not something you get cheat codes for.
My friend, I have no idea. Your
That's
guess is
weird.
as good as mine. So that's
Michelle said Battletoads, Excitebike. Oh, that's right, Excitebike.
that is Google Feud.
Google.
That is Google
That was
Feud.
harder than I thought.
It was, yeah, it was. And you crushed me.
As always.
Yeah, whatever. All right, thanks for listening to the Chuck Jones Show. Another week down. We're here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for everyone who listened on Podbean. We had Rest Stop and MCL771. Again, we're here every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for both Michelles. We have a Facebook Michelle and a YouTube Michelle. Thanks for Gloria for listening. I don't know if Barry Blasco hung out in there, but he was there for a few minutes.
Barry Blasco.
Barry Blasco. He's actually a guy I was in the service with
Nice.
many, many years ago. So I haven't seen him since, I don't know.
70s, probably.
Nah. Wow. Really? Anyway, so thanks for listening to the Chuck Jones Show, and we'll see you guys next week. You've been listening to the Chuck Jones Show. Go to chuckjonesshow.com to listen, download, stream, and subscribe. This podcast is available on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere you listen to podcasts. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Chuck Jones Show. We're live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern in the United States. You can join us on the Podbean app. Until next time, adios amigos. Now I'm going to have to change the end because I'm not doing Instagram. All right. Again, thanks for listening. Thanks, Rest Stop. We'll see you again next week. Maybe give us a call next week. Try out that the call feature there on Podbean. Thanks for listening. And again, thanks to everyone on YouTube. See you next week, Michelle and Anchor.
Yeah.
And our Facebook, Michelle, Gloria, and whoever else might be listening on Facebook. Lots of fun. Lots of fun. I don't want to send feedback. Dang it. Anyway, all right. I think we're not live
That
anymore.
was lots of fun.